There it is. All right. What is up, everybody? My name is Nathan Sample. Welcome to this exciting stream today where we are playing some more Yooka-Laylee. Let me listen into the game audio. Okay, yeah, that seems fine to me right there. I apologize. I don't think I streamed yesterday, but that's because I had an idea that I wanted to pursue for the podcast, and it was a thing where I was going to need to actually sit down and spend some time doing some little, writing some show notes and stuff like that for it. I have adjusted the gain staging on this microphone, and for anyone who's wondering what that means that, Lord willing, it shouldn't sound... Not that it shouldn't sound as loud, but hopefully it shouldn't be as poppy, I guess. Because I listen to the podcast and no one, like, this is the kind of thing that I notice and no one else does, but there's a couple times where the microphone was clipping and it popped when it did that. And so I think that that's kind of an important thing. Just waiting for the game to load. I am at a point in this game now where I don't know how much deep progress I'm really going to be able to make. I did a bunch of stuff in the casino area, and I capped off the episode right before this by sitting down and going through... I'm trying to get past these guys. By, going through and opening up the space level up here, and so I'm just gonna try and focus on that. If I may look at my totals real quick, I've got 65 out of 145. All that I actually need is 100. There's 4 to get in Tribal Stack Tropics, and there's also a little power up that I can get there. There's a bunch I can still get in the Glacier level. Give me cheese. Welcome, welcome. How are you today, Shadow? Let me know how the audio sounds. I adjusted my gain staging, so it may sound better or worse. Let's see. Yeah, so I've only really gotten the majority of them in the tribal level. All sounds good, good. And Galleon Galaxy I recall being one of my favorites, so... We'll see how it ends up stacking up to me. Stacking up for us, I guess. I don't know the right way to say words, man. I just learned English yesterday. I never spoke before, man. Playing Pokemon Dismons. Sounds good, sounds good. Pokemon Desmond and Earl. Those are my favorite Pokemon games. What if I held up this towel here that I just used to wipe off my mouth and it was just covered in doo-doo? Unless the game freezes. Does that game have performance issues? I wouldn't imagine it to have too many of those. What if they really made a game called Pokemon Desmond and Earl? Would you play it? Look. 'Tis a nail pee-pee. It is like a pee-pee and a nail at the same time. It is it is the most precious of artifacts from ancient civilization. No, the card jiggled. Oh, I see. Dude, I remember on the N64, that was an awful, awful issue you would have all the time. Like, I remember playing a game on the N64 and getting, like, really far in it and not quite having my save game ready. And having that right there happen to me. There we go. Pokemon, Pokemon. Okay. Well, that seems nice. Got to obtain them all, Pokemon. Hello, my fiery friend. I'm going to put you in some soup later and eat you. Pokemon oh, no! Ah! Oh, that was almost tragic twice. Playing Super Mario Galaxy now. Yeah, this stage does look kind of Mario Galaxy-like, doesn't it? We've got to obtain them all. All of the Pokemon. All of the Pokies of the main. Well, we're in the Galaxy Soup. We have to get out. We have to get out of the Galaxy Stew. I died in this game, and I'm not good at it. Therefore, that's why I give this game a 0 out of 45. So I'm going to be doing a segment on the podcast where I assess Pokemon, oh lord, where I assess my opinions on the current iteration of G4. Since episode 21 I actually talk about some controversies going on in G4 right now, and it's one of those things where it's not a huge deal, but these two things in combination do kind of turn out wrong. What is up, Sora? Welcome to the stream, my dude. I haven't seen G4. So G4 went out of business temporarily, and now they've relaunched and rebooted. And so, to give like a brief description of what's been going on, Adam Sessler has been making for the past 2 or 3 years he's done this. He's been making really awful tweets talking about how he thinks all Republicans are Nazis and his Republican family members should all die. He's way, way, way too hyperbolic with the way that he expresses his political points of view. Where it's in real life, I don't think he actually wants these people to die, and if he does, then that's pretty disgusting, man. But, yeah. So if you didn't know, Sora, what I'm doing right now is I decided for the next month or two I'm going to try and stream as much as possible. I didn't know about what Adam Sessler tweeted until now. So I don't know if you've seen the recent podcast episode that I released on the website. Let me find that for you. But in the recent podcast, I actually end the episode talking about this. There we go. That should be, yeah, that's the correct link right there. But yeah, he's very, very not friendly to people who he disagrees with politically, to the point where it's a little bit my big criticism for it. I also found something I love. That's good. What did you find? But my biggest criticism for him is that it's the kind of thing where if someone were right-leaning and they were saying they hoped all their Democrat family members died, they would be immediately fired from their job and blacklisted from the industry. And so that's my problem with it, is that, one, it is just morally not okay to begin with. It's just an evil thing to say, but it's also just not, it's just ridiculous. Spam Yahtzee. Man, that is, no. Just no, Shadow, go to your room. Yeah. But yeah, I just have issues with that. And I'm going to actually sit down and assess my opinions on G4 as a whole right now. But what I was saying, Nick, is I'm going to stream almost every day this whole month to try and transition people to the idea. Oh yeah, no problem. To transition people to the idea that I'm going to be making content solely for the website. On February the 15th, I'm planning on doing a 24/7 stream to kind of cap off everything, since I've been streaming for a very, very long time. I figured it would be a good way to kind of be like, all right, everyone, yes, I'll stream again at some point. I'm not deleting Twitch. It's not entirely over, but kind of I'm probably never going to stream the way that I have before again. And also, I did make social media stuff as well, which I in the past was not really wanting to do, but I decided if I run them like a corporate-y sort of like, this is mainly just announcements and content and don't actually interact with the platform too much, it's fine. I'm also experimenting, like, I'm experimenting. I did make a YouTube channel for stream archives, but eventually they're all going to go on the website anyways, so it's more like a temporary thing. Like, I'm not going to delete it, but I don't really know if there's any actual reason to keep it around at this point. 24-hour stream would be a nice send-off, just my opinion, but up to you, of course. Oh, yeah, like, I've got plans. I'm going to do it in a very healthy way, though. So, like, I'm going to stream, but every 5 hours, I'm going to take a break for an hour. And so I plan on having a sim do an hour of the stream, have him in remotely. Gonna have Shadow join me for an hour of the stream. Redeem to hydrate. There we go. Shisha. But yeah, I'm gonna, like, every 5 hours I'll have sort of a brief, like, alright, and now joining me is Sim. I'm also gonna record a Let's Play and some kind of content that will fill up an hour of time, that will be sort of a premiere where it's like, this is what you can expect to see, at least for now, on the website, that kind of content. Basically, it's better to do it this way, one, because I get to stream a bunch, and I still enjoy doing it. I'll eventually be streaming straight on the website, you know, that sort of thing. But this is a solid sort of send-off. That sort of thing. Yeah. But, have you ever played Yooka-Laylee before, Sora? I streamed the other night, I streamed myself playing Fortnite for, I think, literally, like... Oh, wow, it was like an hour, maybe? And the whole time it was just me, like, using it as an excuse to be like, here's me complaining about the few things about streaming I've been annoyed about over the years, since I'm not going to be doing it as much anyways. I can have the excuse to just gripe now. Off topic, but if I wasn't playing the Yakuza series, I'd probably either be playing Days Gone or Horizon. I haven't played Yooka-Laylee. It's a good time. It's like, imagine an off-brand Banjo-Kazooie. That's how it should be viewed. Okay, so Days Gone is really, really good, but what I would say is it is, like, way too long. It overstays its welcome, like, way too much. It took me, I believe my series on that game, which is archived here, was about 65 hours long. Just my whole, like, every stream back to back, 65 hours. And the problem is that it seems like a solid 30-hour to 40-hour game, but they just keep it going, and there's several moments while I was playing that game where I was like, this could have ended here, and then it could have ended here, and then it could have ended here. They just didn't want to end it, it felt, and it got a little bit like, alright, you're overstaying your welcome now, but... Horizon Zero Dawn is good, but I found the requirement to craft arrows and potions and everything begins to just drive down the gameplay a bit. Like, these are the things you won't hear a lot of game reviewers say, because they're going to say things that make people want to buy the game most of the time. It's either very, like, affirmative, like, yes, this is the best game ever, everyone, or it's like, no, this is the worst thing that's ever been made. Horizon was fun, but it was just obnoxious that I'd be in the middle of a big boss battle, and I would have to stop, run away, and grab a bunch of sticks and saplings off of the ground so that I can help myself craft some arrows. And then if I was dying, I had to run away and go, like, grab some berries and things so that I could, so that I could craft a potion. There's too much crafting in that game. I've only ever heard one other content creator criticize the game for this, and people got very mad at them. So RGT85 made a little, he was on a podcast and someone asked him, like, so what do you think of Horizon so far? And he was straight up like, I kind of wish they had focused more on swords than on crafting arrows and bows. There's many times where I'm like, why can't I just slash this enemy? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. If the whole game wasn't designed around the requirement of using the bow, it'd be a lot better. Like, I finally, when I was fighting the final boss, I got sick of trying to fight it. And I just set the game on easy mode for that. I see. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, the crafting is just obnoxious. I will give no spoilers, but the story itself is a good time. I do feel like I've been talking to you off and on for the past, 2 years. And every time I've talked to you for 2 years, you've been like, now don't tell me about Horizon because I haven't played it yet. Like that kind of thing. I still haven't beaten it. Horizon or Days Gone? I would recommend, if you're having trouble with Horizon, Shadow, just literally turn it on story or easy mode. I think that it makes it too easy, but I think for you it'd be fine. Oh, true. Yeah, for the past 2 years, I've talked to you about games. You're like, no, don't tell me about this because I'm still playing it or I haven't played it yet. I think Scotty and I streamed a few days ago, and whenever we streamed, we were talking about The Matrix. Not the new Matrix. The Matrix from, 1998. Or maybe it was 99. And someone in Scotty's chat was like, don't talk about The Matrix. I haven't seen it yet. And I was like, that movie is over 20 years old. Like, you're telling me not to talk about a movie that's 20 years old. What, how? I don't understand. And so he kept repeating it, and then I was joking, but just to be a bit of a douche, I was like, okay, so the plot of the Matrix is, you're Neo. You get called into the Matrix. You find out that everyone in the future is actually in little pods in virtual reality, and that robots have taken over the world. You get taken in by, I just sat there and gave a deep breakdown of the whole movie, because I just think that it's silly to say, don't spoil it, like that, to an old movie. Okay, can I break through this? There we go. There's a thing for me to do. Let me switch headphones here real quick. I found that wearing these right here is a lot more comfortable while I'm streaming. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay. I do need to play Horizon. Realistically, I probably would have played it by now, but my friend got me into Yakuza, and I'm having so much fun. How long have you been working on the Yakuza games? Because it does legit feel like it's been 2 years. And maybe it's just the way that my mind works, but I can't imagine spending 2 years. I can imagine myself playing a game for 2 years. I've been doing that with Fortnite. But only coming home and being like, Alright, so I'm going to play this one game. Like, to me, that's a crazy thought. Okay, so that'll... Yeah, okay, so I need the heaviness there. I need the heft power up. Oh, so I need that in combination with fire. Okay. I've been preoccupied with a lot of stuff. Yeah. I do plan on also interviewing Scotty on the podcast as well. Okay, there we go. There's one. They reused that sound effect way too many times in this game. What is this? Okay, so I think you just need to, like... No? Oh, camera, please. No, stop it! Stop it! Please! Okay, I think I need the bombs for that. The bombs. Oh, that's the electricity. Okay. Gotta grab this sweet, meaty bomb action here. Bring it over there. Okay, so I need the light and that, probably. See, this is supposed to be difficult because they're doing this. They're making it darker. If I couldn't already see what's going on, though, I could just turn up the brightness on the TV and be fine. Now, I got into Yakuza last year. Also, I finished Yakuza 0, now I'm playing Kiwami. I don't know if you played it, but it sucks. That Balan Wonderworld flopped because it had so much potential. So I haven't played it. I actually almost picked it up at the store once, and then I decided not to. I've heard negative things about the game, and then I've seen footage, and to me it looks like an example of a game that's perfectly fine. But oh, okay, so I need this in combination with ice, which would be there. Okay. But it seems like a situation where people are disappointed by it because it's not like the biggest AAA game in the world and it's like the best thing ever. I don't know. I think that it was... I've heard someone say that it was Yuji Naka's last opportunity at making another big game after Sonic. Though I think they're kind of selling Yuji Naka short a little bit. I feel like he's a talented guy. Though it is kind of sad, I agree. Can I break this? Nope. Games I finished last year: Assassin's Creed, God of War, Yakuza. Yeah, only those 3 games. Alright. So let me give you my extensive list of games, which I streamed all of these. There was like 2 or 3 that I beat off stream, and then there was like one that I beat like 99% of off stream but didn't actually beat it, and that was Ratchet & Clank on the PS4. I beat most of that, but I haven't finished all of it just yet. My list. Did you really? There's no way you didn't beat a single game. I refuse to believe that. Alright, so here's the games for 2021, okay? And this isn't saying I 100%ed the games, it's just beat the games. No, I just mean in general, Shadow, but also that. So, Final Fantasy 15, Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4 Spider-Man, 2018 God of War, PS4 Medieval, The Last of Us Remastered, Killzone Shadowfall, Titanfall 2, Crash Insane Trilogy, Crash 4 It's About Time, which I beat that twice, and I probably played through the Insane Trilogy 2 or 3 times. Star Fox 64, I just played through one of the routes of that game. Grand Theft Auto 5, I think I spent like 60-something hours on that. Robotron 64 is a childhood favorite that I sat down and played through. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. I feel like most of that series was good, but towards the end I sped through it. Mario 64, Donkey Kong Country, the original, Saints Row the Third, Jak and Daxter, the first one only, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, and Days Gone. This year on stream, I've beaten Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and the list probably won't be terribly expansive, because even if I do continue, like, I'm going to continue to stream, but even if I do stream a lot this year, it's going to be like a once-a-week thing. Like, even if I continue doing it when I get the ability to do it on the website, it's going to be like a once-a-week thing. Remember, by the way, everyone who's on the mailing list, to check your emails, by the way, because that's one of the ways I'm going to be distributing the content to you. Like, set up push notifications for your emails if you need to. But, yeah, if I do it, I plan on doing it as a once-a-week, like, weekly streams. Oh, wait, he gave me a power, I just didn't read how to use it just yet. Yeah, tell me how to use that, dude. Okay, so R2? R2 and triangle? Okay, I get it. I want to try... Excuse me. I want to try and play a lot more retro stuff whenever I'm just doing Let's Plays. Like, play a lot more PS1 games. Things like that. Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm pretty sure you beat some kind of game, Shadow, last year. I'm getting so many quills, bro. This is why they call me Quilson. See, it's like Wilson, but with more quills. That'd be a good name for a character in a cartoon, Quilson. He's like he's like the beach volleyball from Castaway. That's that movie. I was like, what movie is that? You know, it's funny. I've referenced that movie 1,000 times in my life, but I cannot remember a single time I viewed it all the way through. I think I've watched like half of it one day and then half of it another several times. It's not even a long movie that I know of. I helped Uncle Puzzler. Because my ADHD can't stay focused enough. Yeah, like so like when I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD by one psychiatrist, but then I went to another and she was like, you don't have ADHD, and I was told that I either outgrew it or just never had it and was misdiagnosed. But that's something, one thing that I've tried to tell people since I'm not streaming, and I've had people genuinely be like, I am kind of disappointed by this. I'm genuinely trying to tell people, like, it's actually better for me and will make me happy. Because, yeah, I can, like, if I wanted to, assuming my internet will allow me wherever I move to, yeah, if I wanted to stream, like, 18 times in a month, I would do it. I'm not saying I'll never do things I want to do again, but it's more like, I'm way, 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 way happier when, like, I've got, like, 10 things that I can do, and then whenever I'm not just doing the shows, I can be working on them, like doing preparations. Like, for example, I was playing, I was planning my show notes yesterday for Game Juice, so I wasn't streaming, but I felt equally satisfied as I would have if I did the show, because I'm getting stuff done. Like, I can plan things, and then if I don't feel like doing any planning stuff, I can just sit down and, like, do a show. Also, I haven't finished Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but got the Reverse Castle. By the way, if you're concerned about spoilers, I've beaten it. No, I've beaten Symphony of the Night. Like, I have no concerns about spoilers with that game. Yeah. Wait, I also finished one more game, Area of Sorrow. That's one of the Game Boy ones, I think. They released an HD compilation of the Game Boy ones on PlayStation, and or maybe it was just on Switch. It was on one of the modern consoles recently. And I actually think it's super neat to see. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm never ready. It's like the opposite of the battery brand. Yeah, it's a Game Boy Castlevania game. So, not to be like okay, which button is it? So that's, oh, okay, that melts that. One of these buttons gotta shoot something that like breaks through this, right? Okay, that's ice. That's forward. That's fire. Okay, that transforms. There it is, okay. There we go, there we go. I knew there was one that did that. Never played it, don't care about spoilers because I can't remember nothing. You know, that's true. That's also an interesting thing when people are asking you not to spoil games that are ancient and things that are like that. Is like, I've got a decent memory, but I've noticed if I don't play something for like, it's specifically like 3 or 4 years, that sense of like, no, I don't want to know what happens, it completely vanishes. Because I'm then like, oh yeah, I forgot all about this scene. Like, I replayed Uncharted like a few months, in December of last year, right before Christmas. And whenever I played through the original Uncharted, I remembered parts of the game, but I completely forgot several story beats. And there was also things that I actually came to understand about the game's plot that I never realized, because when you play through a game on stream, it's really hard to pay attention to the plot even if you're entranced in it, because you're still talking to chat a bunch. Like, I've played through a handful of games off stream where I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed this plot beat because I was talking to chat. And then I look back on the stream of that, the whole time this plot beat's happening, I'm like, what's going on? It's kind of hilarious. I love how I bought the Wii U version of Aria of Sorrow, and then they released on Switch, PS4, and I think Xbox. If I don't play games I've played before in a while, I forget most things about the game. Like, I'll remember parts of it, but I've learned, I used to, like, so Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favorite games ever, and this is not a streaming thing, but whenever I first started making content, like YouTube stuff, I was, okay, can I aim this gun somewhere? Nope. Whenever I first started making YouTube content, I tried to do a Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie, but at that time I didn't have the format down, and I didn't technically have everything sorted out the way I should have. So, okay, and that's going to open up the gate. There we go. And so, because I didn't have it figured out, I had to re-record several episodes of the game, like 3 or 4 times. So I played through that game 3 or 4 times just to get one sort of playthrough. And I did that with several games. And so I got bored of my favorite game ever at the time. And then I didn't play it for a really long time. And whenever I finally sat down and gave it a shot, I was like, oh dude, I forgot about this and I forgot about that. Because I just avoided anything about it for quite a while. Okay, I hear a ghost around here somewhere. Yeah, to the left somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna be stupid and like try and turn back into the lizard form here. Okay, great. That's what I'm missing here. Huh. try something here. Yeah, there you are. Don't mind me, it's just Yooka-Laylee, Master Ghost Hunter. Oop. And now I have to fly all the way back to shore to try and retransform into the boat. Yeah, I remember seeing someone online criticizing Sony exclusives because they were saying Sony exclusives are just like cinematic adventure games that you play through once and then never again. And it's like, well, yeah, if you don't like... If you're the kind of person that watches a movie one time and then never watches it again, then yes, that's completely correct. But if you're a person that is like, oh, my favorite movie, I've seen it 30 times, then that's different. I've also seen a lot of people, like, I'm not trying to fanboy. I've seen, yeah, most modern Sony exclusives. They're like that if you don't, like I said, if you don't, like, watch a movie more than once. Like, that's kind of my point of view on that. But it's funny to me because the people who I've seen do that, like, right now it seems to just be the popular thing to, like, crap on Sony because they're doing well. Like, I've noticed on the internet, anytime a company or a thing is, like, performing well or doing well, that then becomes the time when everyone's just like, this thing has always sucked and it's gonna be outdone so bad, dude. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, this thing is magically bad now because it's got mainstream appeal. You're so right. By the way, don't spoil Spider-Man 2002. I mean, I can spoil the PS4 Spider-Man for you if you want. The 2002 Spider-Man game sucks. By the way, Activision, yes, I saw that. Microsoft is so freaking desperate because they've never once won a console generation that they're like, no! Alright, give me one moment. I need to answer a phone call, everyone. So I'm gonna put you on a blue screen. Alright, we are back. I gotta get PS4 Spider-Man, yeah. So that was my mom just calling to ask what was going on in the house, because she's at work, but, my freaking phone. So I've got a decent iPhone here, like, it's pretty solid, but it literally, like, I've noticed, like, I had an iPhone 5, and it was, like, perfect for several years. And I upgraded to an 8, and that was fine. And then it was an 8 or a 7, and then I upgraded to this, and this thing, like, it's nothing that I just can't get over, and it's ridiculous, but, like, I'll be on a call with someone, and it will refuse to let me hang up a call. Like, I'll literally sit there and press the button. I sat there and touched the screen 4 times, like, hang up, hang up, hang up. And it didn't do that. It also, I'll be like, texting someone, and it keeps trying to do a voice message to them. So I'll be texting, and it'll start recording me talking, which is really freaking dangerous, because I've been texting someone once while I was, like, jokingly talking smack about them. My old phone, the Samsung, didn't get updates anymore. I mean, like, the thing is, if you use it as a phone, though, like, if you use it just as a phone and you disconnect your online accounts from that, it's still fine. Like, the thing about, like, out-of-date software Well, that's a long link right there. Shadow, I don't know if I want to click that, to be honest. That is for you. But the thing about out-of-date software is it's more about, like, when things get out of date, it's not that it's magically not functioning anymore. It's that it's a security thing. Like, for example, my laptop, I can actually show this to you guys since it's disconnected right now. So, right now I'm using my soundboard, but this is my audio interface. This is a Tascam US 144 Mark II. This thing has been out of print for several years. And they don't do driver updates for it anymore. And so, it only works on Windows. I use Linux for my main PC. It's a spoiler alert. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I don't use Linux. I use Linux on my main PC. So when I'm doing the podcast, I'll sometimes use this because it's simple. And when I'm doing pre-recorded stuff, I can record the microphone separate from everything else. Meanwhile, the soundboard mixes everything down. Well, on Windows, the drivers are like barely functioning on current Windows 10. So I downgraded my laptop to an older version of Windows 10. I recommended Shadow an audio interface a while back that's like $40. And I'm probably just going to end up buying one of those eventually and using that for recording, since that'll work on Windows and Linux. But for the time being, I just downgraded my version of Windows 10, and I've just disconnected it from the network. So at that point, it's just a computer. Like, there's no point in worrying about security vulnerabilities until I hook it back to the network. And that's kind of the thing. If you're just using your phone as a phone, once it's like that, it doesn't matter. Though nowadays people use their phones for like 18,000 things. I plan on trying to get a flip phone. That's what I want to do, but I've had people tell me I'm crazy, and for wanting to do that. And I think I'm still gonna do it though. Though they did admittedly. Oh crap! I forgot the water rises here. Okay, thanks. Oh wait! I think I know what the game wants me to do here. I think it wants me to that right there. Of course, I'm missing everything here. Yeah, it clearly wanted me. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Yeah, that's gonna kill me now, I guess. Also, wait, by the way, feel free to make fun of me for being broke for not having an iPhone. I mean, like, the phone that I want to upgrade to is literally, like... I mean, I would argue it's overpriced for what it is, but it's just like a simple, like, $100 flip phone. I'm thinking about getting, like, a cheap Android phone instead, though, since I'm gonna be going to, like, a specific place to try and get it. And the place that I'm going to has Android phones that are cheaper than this flip phone I'm getting. So at that point, if it's just more cost efficient, I might as well just get an Android. These are the things, like, I'm planning on doing some kind of tech podcast. I was telling Shadow about that a while back, that I plan on doing some kind of tech show or tech podcast on the website at some point. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is, like, cheap tech versus, like, expensive stuff, and how I make my decisions and recommendations and crap like that. If it were my choice, by the way, I wouldn't even own a freaking phone unless it was like a house phone. The thing is, I'm trying to combat the fact that okay, he's like stuck in the wall. I'm trying to combat the fact that when I'm out in public, I get easily distracted by cell phones and by tech around me. And so I'm trying to, like, replace my phone with, like, devices that I used to use, because I didn't have a cell phone until I was, like, 21. At least not one that I used often. I've owned one in the past. Ah, why is that one hit death? Okay, there's the link. Okay. I'm using my old phone now, by the way. Was using my new phone before. Interesting. Oh, a Spider-Man car. If it was my choice, I'd still be using my Samsung Galaxy. So yeah, honestly, my favorite phone that I've owned was my iPhone 5 or the 8, one of those two. Because honestly, it's just like simpler, and I don't know, it's a good balance between like functioning properly and having the stuff that I wanted it to have. That's just how I feel about it, though. Okay, so we need to go through all this again, I guess. Yeah, I've had several people tell me that I'm insane for wanting a flip phone. And I've had, like, my aunt was, like, asking me, why are you so against having a smartphone? Because, like, my aunt is, like, completely computer illiterate, and she's the person I'm going to be moving in with. And she currently uses an Android phone to, like, access Facebook and do, like, simple things like that. And, yeah, and my sister was like, why don't you just exercise some self-control and not use it in public? And I think one thing that I realized is, like, I feel like our generation struggles with not worrying about their phone all the time, but, like, I think part of it is that because I'm, like, a content creator and a streamer, I tended to find myself being like, this would be a funny photo to take and post. This would be a funny, like, this or that. And I think that's part of it. And now you're not insane for wanting a flip phone. Well, like, my sister and my aunt were like, what is your deal? I'm like, I don't see why it's a problem. It's just simpler, too. It's in other words, it's a thing where, like, yes, you can exercise self-control, but you've also got... Oh, crap. I also just don't want the option. Oh, I guess I'll never get killed if I just stand here, will I? Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to be right here. Oh, there's a power-up over there. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, well, yep. Oh, this is weird. I don't think they really thought anyone was going to do this, did they? Quick, get the power... Oh, I was trying to get the power-up. Well, yeah, and your mom is flip. I've talked to several people who are basically telling me that they don't even make flip phones anymore. It's like, they absolutely do. I don't know why people are saying that. I don't know. I guess now that I think about it, if I go there and they... I'll decide based on the actual price plus that, but I'll probably get a flip phone anyways. Gosh dang it, dude. Whenever I do that tech show, I'll probably do an episode about old manning up my life, basically. It's one of those things where, like, people... Okay, that was stupid. People talk about... I never had a flip phone, counting track phones. Yes, track phones count. Like, I count any phone that isn't a smartphone or, like, simpler phones. Like, my issue with flip phones, or not with flip phones, with smartphones, is similar to the issue that I have with, like, social media. I've made, like, accounts that I'm going to be using basically the way that a company does on Twitter and Facebook for Watch Nathan, and that's because it's literally wired to the website, where when I post on the website, or when I go live on Twitch, or I post something, it auto-posts things there, and then beyond that, I don't have to worry, like, at all about anything. And I prefer it that way. Oh, get over there. There we go. I should have gotten that power up, but I didn't. So, like, if I don't... There's, like, limits. There's a point where it's like, if I don't actually, like... No one really uses iPods anymore. Yeah, that's generally true. I think they still make iPod Touches, believe it or not. You remember when... I do remember when iPods were everywhere. Oh. Haha, you get it? They could have done that the whole time. What was I saying? I was talking about this a while back, I think on one of the podcast episodes, but one thing that I've never heard many people talk about is like the era where technology was like still exciting and new. Oh my gosh, what is this camera, dude? Where it was still mostly exciting and new, but there were still like there were enough limitations where people couldn't just spend their whole life on the computer. And I believe that was between like 2004 and like 2009, maybe 2010. Never owned an iPod Touch. A kid at my school had one though. There are lots of people I knew that had iPod Touches instead of iPhones because it's the same thing except it doesn't make phone calls. And so for them at the time, it's like, yeah, this is fine. Like, it's the exact same. I was thinking a while back, there are times with technology where there's a thing that I have absolutely zero need for, but that it's a thing that would just be nice to have for, like, fun. Like, I've got my laptop at a touch, to be honest, it was better than my iPhone. Probably, like, my current iPhone sucks, but it doesn't suck, but I think when you pay a certain money for a thing, amount of money for a thing, you shouldn't have random issues with it. And I feel like there's a point where people are settling because they're like, but I like iPhones. It's like, I do too, but they're not working the way they should for me right now. Let's see. Just sort out my thoughts. Oh yeah, there's some times where you don't have an actual need for something, but you just kind of want it. And I was looking at Chromebooks a while back, and I know they're objectively, like, they're just like a PC that runs, like, Android and Chrome OS, basically. Or break it. Yeah, that's true. See, you know what? I will say, I've heard 1,000 people say, iPhones are too breakable. Okay, so I had my iPhone 5, I had an iPhone 8, and then I had this one. My mom gave me one of her old iPhones, which I have right here actually, and she gave this to me just because I used this to do Discord calls on the stream, and for like generally, like I used it as a camera once or twice in videos. It's just, these have utility even if you don't use them as a phone. I've dropped this on metal 4 or 5 times. I dropped this the other day. I don't know if people are just... I've thrown my iPhone 5 across the room onto a wooden table because I was really angry. Someone threatened my mom, and I took the phone and went... and threw it from like here to where my closet is, which is like... I don't know, like 3 or 4 feet, as hard as I could, and it smashed into wood, and it was fine. So I understand that iPhones are breakable. I've seen it happen. But I don't know what people are doing to cause their iPhones to break like that. Like, I don't understand. Is it that they drop them every single day, or is it that they don't have a case on them? I have an iPhone 6, and did you have a case on it, though? Because, like, iPhones without a case are, like, this thin. It's, like, barely, like, here's a piece to a cardboard box, right? Like, if you take off this case, then yeah, I get how you can break it. Okay, you didn't, well, like, I know that a phone should work fine without a case, but, like, when you get a new iPhone, just leave it in the box until you get a case. Because, like, this one, despite, I'm complaining about the software, this one is, since I'm just, like, over iPhones when I got this one, I've literally dropped this thing so many times, I've, like, gotten water on it, I've just stopped caring. Yeah, I learned, yeah, like, I think that that's not quite a fair assessment, though, because you definitely need a case with an iPhone. That being said, I think Apple should include one with iPhones. I also think that, like, the iPhone 13, while the camera actually looks beautiful, I have to say, they don't include a charging brick with those anymore. So if you buy an iPhone 13, this won't be there. And they started doing that because some random country made it a law. Like, this is one thing I will complain about with not just Apple, but a lot of companies. There will be some sort of law that mildly inconveniences a company, and their choices are inconvenience myself or heavily inconvenience my customer. You know what? We'll just inconvenience the customer. It's like, what is your problem, Apple? But Android, to be honest, yes, and part of that's because, like, not all iPhones, but, like, this is made out of, like, some thin aluminum, and then this is just glass here. So, this aluminum, there was a thing, I think when this model came out, or the one after it, where a lot of girls' pants are, like, skinny jeans, and it's, like, it's, like, really thin, and so their pockets, it's, like, pressing up against their thighs. And, a lot of these got bent up by people's pants. But Androids are oftentimes made out of, like, plastic. Like, they're made out of plastic or things like that, so... And that's not a dig at them. It's, like, it's better. I'm just saying. One thing I would really, really like to see as well... By the way, whenever I started talking crap about people and their iPhones, I noticed the viewership dropped slightly. But I don't know if that's actually to do with that. But it would be funny if people were like, screw his opinion on people dropping their iPhones. I'm right, and then leaving. I don't know if that's true or not, but it would be funny. But, yeah, like, okay, I guess I can just drive this boat on land. Oh, nope. Like, the one thing that I miss with Android phones that I don't think we're ever going to get back... That would be, is that I miss being able to pop the back off of a phone and replace the battery. Like, that's the biggest anti-consumer thing that I think is driving me nuts about modern devices, is like, my laptop that is down here in a bag next to, my desk, I could probably get like 4 or 5 years out of it as just a normal, ordinary computer. However, back in the day, if you bought a laptop, you could, and you used it for like 4 or 5 years, and then the battery started to die, you could literally just unconnect the battery and go find a new one online. So there's a lot of decisions that are being made by companies to artificially antiquate devices. And I'm just getting sick of seeing it, because if it's more of a compliment to your device if it's so good that you have to buy one once and you have like a decade's worth of computing. Like, it's just something that's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. And I also hate it because it's changing the way that actual consumers think about buying products. It really is. It's changing the way that people think about purchasing things. What is it telling me here? You haven't found enough pages. Okay. Oh, I need 15. Okay. That's the first time I think this game has done that to me. But it's changing the way that consumers think about things. When they buy something, they're thinking about, like, okay, in a couple of years I'll upgrade. And it shouldn't be that way. Like, when I buy something, I wish there was a battery that would not degrade whatsoever. I mean, I don't even mind the concept that components of a device die over time. One day we might have something that's perfect for that, and maybe there is, and I just don't know. But, like, I don't mind the idea that, like, my iPhone won't last forever. But, you know, a great example of a device that I own, that has just lived way beyond its years, is my computer that I'm using, not for this stream, but for the chat right now, and that I've been using to edit videos and stuff lately. That's the desktop computer that I had a bunch of issues with over the years. when I first got it, I quite literally ran it 24/7 as an encoding computer for the stream. Because my capture device wasn't compatible with my Mac that I was using. And so I had to kind of rig it in a way where the video input was being ran through this computer and then put out to the Mac so it could read it properly. It was very convoluted, but I just turned this on and left it on for a whole year. Like, the only times it went off was when there was a storm and the power was about to go down, and I'd turn it off. And so we used this computer at my church for like 3 years. I can't remember the exact year that we got it, but let's say it was 2015, maybe 2014. I think I'm overestimating how old it was, but it is a pretty old device. By now, at least. So we got it in like 2015. My buddy did have to replace some stuff in it because it was like a cheap, like... This computer was purchased by the church, and someone went on eBay and just searched I think they searched powerful workstation PC, and I think they sorted by price and then just found the absolute cheapest one that they could find. And so the components that were used in this originally were very cheap, like Chinese, like, this is a motherboard, but it will only last you a few years. So when I got it, it had the motherboard replaced, but the RAM and the hard drives were the same, I believe. Now, when I got it, I had to replace the hard drives. Then I used it for a year with faulty hard drives, replaced the hard drive, and then what happened after that? Then after a while, it started having horrible performance issues. And I started like benchmarking and checking the CPU temperatures, and it was running at when it was first booting up, when it was idle, it was running so hot. It was like 80 or 90 degrees Celsius, something where it's like dangerously like short out the motherboard hot. And it was crashing a lot because of that. So I bought some thermal paste and I replaced the thermal paste in the PC. In other words, every single component of this computer is replaceable. Okay, I need to find like some water that I can use there. Like, because every single component of this computer is replaceable, it's lived a very long life. I was thinking the other day about potential upgrades, because one thing that I like to do, and I know it's stupid, but it's kind of almost like a game for me, how long can I make this one thing last before it's completely, like, outlived any and all usefulness that it has? And so I want to try and get use out of this computer for as long as humanly possible. And I was thinking about one of the few complaints I've had about it over the years is that it doesn't have a proper GPU. And I was like, even if I bought like a super cheap one, just having some kind of GPU that I could use as a video encoder in this would expand its usefulness for several more years. And it would also take a lot of the stress off of the CPU when I'm editing videos and stuff. These are all ideas that I have, of course. I have no idea if I'm going to do any of these. Oh god, oh god, oh god. There we go. Ah, stop. Huh? My point is that when things are designed to be repaired, that's a really good thing, and I wish more companies would think about that when they design things. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I got 10 pages out of their cages. Die, tree! You don't belong in this world. It is not by my hands that I am given flesh. I was brought here by humans, who wish to pay me tribute. And then it's like, it cuts to people celebrating Christmas. Okay, I guess I've clearly done everything I can do in here. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Yeah. Let's see, where do I go now? I'm so confused, man. I've never been more scared in my life. I'm panicking, man. I'm panicking. Someone hold me. Gotta go. Talk to you later. Alright, you have a most excellent day, Shadow. Yeah. I still haven't gotten the atom for her, have I? Let's see. Oh, I haven't found it just yet. Whew, lordy, lordy. Yeah, my goal, before I do stop streaming how I have, is to try and see if I can beat like 4 or 5 games. Have I been here? I think I have, yeah. Okay, what do you have to say, loser? Oh, I'm very cold. Oh, his hat. His hat fell off of his skull. His mushy skull. Everyone in chat, what would you do if someone told you your skull was mushy? Mushy like a tushy. Would you be really offended, or would you kind of understand it? Okay. So I need a water power-up. I don't know where I'm gonna get it, though. There's gotta be something nearby, because to put out those flames, you need that. Like, I see him there. Like, I know that it's not going to let me just fly over the fire. That would be too easy and useful. Yeah, like, watch. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so what can I do here? There's nothing. There's, like, no... Actually, let me see. Nope. Still just a solid wall of fire, even if I use the shield. And I don't think there's a way to just... Nope. No way to use that. Yeah, I'm really unsure what the game wants me to do here. Okay, well... Alright, everyone, I will be right back. I need to go use the restroom, so stay tuned. Alright. And we are back, everybody. I hope all is well with the viewers at home. I had to go use the restroom, so I apologize. Real quick, move something out of the way. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. I set my laundry hamper on top of the bed. And then whenever I got back in the camera frame, you could kind of see it there. I was like, why is that there? Yeah, I'm kind of lost in this level right now. I think I'm gonna play Crash 4 after this. I know I'm playing games that I've already played a little bit lately, but like, I mean, granted, I've played this, but I've never beaten it on stream at least. But I'm just playing what I enjoy. Okay, so there's some kind of thing that I can get to break that. Oh wait, I think I know how to break this. Haha! Take that, you foul beast. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I... No? Really? Huh. Oh, that did it. There it is. Okay. I need to go... Oh, his sounds are so obnoxious. Okay, so I need to go get something that I can shoot at him then. I'm glad I discovered that. I think I've ran into a couple blocks like that and just been like, what do I do so far? So... That's good. Also, this power is very, very useful. I will say the enemies in this game are a lot more difficult to fight than the ones in Banjo. I think this game might actually be an interesting review. That one might be... That might be fun. Okay, and these I think I have to shoot with grenades, if I'm not mistaken. But I think I've already done that as well. I don't have to worry about those, I can just do this. Okay, let's head over here. Boom. And there's the atom. Okay. Oh, and they used a they used a really cute sound effect for that. I don't know how I've never noticed that before. Oh, come on, please have enough power to get me over there. Come on, feed him. Boom, son. There we go. Okay, so we're getting pretty close here. Got a couple of the Ghost Riders here. Gonna get him to Ghost Ride the whip, ho ho. Isn't that funny? I hope you think it's I hope you think it's funny. Alright, so there's not much here. There's a stack of snowballs or rocks or whatever there that I can mess with. I may have already broken those down at one point though. Okay, so now I've got the atom power thing. I can go give it to Dr. Cthulhu. Oh. Dr. Cthulhu and her son Sulu. She's actually Sulu from Star Trek's child. I've always found the relationship of the Star Trek cast to be very weird. What the freak was that sound? That was scary. Was that the enemy laughing? The freak? I guess I'm going crazy, everybody. But yeah, like the Star Trek cast, this was a show that was produced in the late 60s that got canceled early. Now, it built a cult following. It's a great example of how you don't need the biggest fan base in the world, you just need one that's very dedicated. And Star Trek is like an early example of that. It's a very niche show for the time, but it did really well. It got 3 seasons, and then it was canceled, but fans continued to talk about it and to like it. For a show that at the time was only around for a few years, you know, like, the show came out in, like, 68, lasted until the early 70s, and then it was gone. And then after it was gone, there was almost a full decade, maybe it was like 6 or 7 years, I don't know, but the show was off air and nothing new was made that was Star Trek for a long time. And then they made the movie in like 79 or 80, maybe? And then they made a bunch of movies throughout the 80s and the 90s, but it's like all these side characters, the people who played side characters are so mad at William Shatner specifically for just being not agreeable, and it's like, why? Why do you care that much? I don't get it. Oh crap, this is neat. I have no idea what I can do with this, but it's neat. Boom, ba-doo, ba-doo, boom, boom. Boom, ba-doo, ba-doo, boom, boom. Oh, that's a witch's hat? Oh, that's a snowman's hat, I guess. That's good. We're just demolishing these poor innocent yetis. They didn't do anything. Hello. Would you like the hat? Nope, okay. No hat for you, sir. No hats for you. Oh, and I can go through here now. I don't know if there's going to be much I can actually... Oh, no, I can't. I can, but I probably shouldn't here. Extra powers. I guess I don't have anything other than thrusting forward here. The blue streak, watch it speed by. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog, the hedge fund kid. Too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the hedge fund kid. Oh, and I can't. Yeah, I clearly can't do anything beyond that. Oh, but there's... no! My Emperor! I've failed you. Do I just have to find a hat for all these dudes? Dr. Puzzy, you're so fuzzy. I will come, and I will provide you with Carolina soup. It's soup that tastes like the state of Carolina, but I won't say which one. I will say this right here is exactly like one of the transformations that would have happened in Banjo. Like, I have I don't like the plant transformation, but this is not bad. Okay. Goodbye, my son. Okay, and I have to do platforming here. Ah, gosh. Dude, platforming as the truck is not easy. Because you actually have to... You have, like, this momentum that you have to keep up with here. Yeehaw! No! Why? Why do you do this to me, Yooka-Laylee? Yooka-Laylee. Never failing. Oh, ooh. Oh, that's a pair of pants? No, no, oh, that's one of the... Yeah, that's one of the snowman's pair of pants. Okay. So yeah, you clearly use this power-up to just go and knock down those piles of snow. Boom. Don't feel so good, does it, man? Oh, I can just ride up this like this? This is way better than just doing it as Yooka-Laylee. Oh, there's a thing over here I wanna... Yeah, and that's a power-up that increases my little energy there. See, that's actually something that I should have gotten earlier in the game. Since getting those power-ups later... I can just think of how many times it would have been useful to have them throughout the whole game. Okay, up. Now we're back at the beginning. We're snapped back to reality. Oh, yep, yeah, I knew that was about to happen. Okay, there's a pile of snow here, so you can clearly get here as the truck somehow. I'm not sure how. I don't know if you just have to very carefully platform or what. Maybe, yeah, I guess it would be through here somehow. Yeah, it'd be through here. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Not seeing any more piles of snow like that around, though. Okay, I believe I have your hat, possibly. Yay. Mom made shake and bake, and I helped. Okay. Thank you for the not reward that you didn't give me. I'm so angry. I know that I have to bring them all their own individual things, and that's how it works. Oh wait, no, there's a pile of snow right there. That's useful. Okay. So there's two things that I can do in here. I know this now. Alright. Let's blast through with sonic speed. Okay. Alright. Or no, it's, no, because that's Team Rose. Team Rose is like... What does Team Rose say? No, I think I mixed up the voices and... Okay, I mixed up the voices and the characters. It is Let's Blast Through with Sonic Speed, but it's... Okay, alright, and that's like Tails and Knuckles. See, what's fascinating about Sonic Heroes is playing it as an adult was completely different than playing it over and over again as a kid. Like, I think the difference is that I realized to get the real ending you have to 100% the game. which is just not cool. Oh, I forgot these eyes make that creepy, hungry like a wolf laugh whenever you get them. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, at the intro to the song Hungry Like a Wolf, someone laughs like that. Okay, and so I think it's here. We exit here, and then we go up the ramp, and then we can knock down that snow pile. And there's a weird cowboy hat. Reunite me with that hat, man. That's kind of satisfying. Let me make sure there's nothing that I can do around here before I move in. I would assume not, but you never know with these things. Nope. Oh. Ah, I messed that up. Okay. Okay. Oh, does he have teeth, or did he just have gums? Or maybe he had pink teeth. That was weird. Alright, so now I need to find all of those snowmen and give them back their stuff, and I believe that should be it, right? Like, I know there's more stuff to do in the world of the game right now. I'm just saying, for them, I assume just returning all this stuff is all that I need to do to get a pagey from the Middle East. Okay, we've given you yours. Okay, that leads up from there. You don't scare me. I'm not afraid of you. You are nothing to me. You're nothing. I always love how the moments in your life, and this is only kind of halfway a joke. Have you ever noticed the moments in your life when you say things like, I'm not scared, or I'm not scared of you? Those are always the moments when you're like, God, I'm so scared. Like, it's a thing that people do to psych other people out or to make themselves feel better most of the time. And I mean, I think it's good, but to do that to a degree, but it's just fascinating. Okay. Okay, I guess I didn't give him back his stuff. I could have sworn I had everything. Okay, what is in here? I know I've got a cowboy hat, I've got a bunch of random stuff here. Okay, so there should be a tree around here somewhere. I think I've done what I need to do over there. Yeah. There should be a snowman around here somewhere. And then there's one in here. I remember him. These Collectathon games could probably be used to treat Alzheimer's patients, because you are forced to like make note of random things and remember them. And I find myself completely being like, where's this thing? Where's that thing? That's why Banjo-Kazooie is so interesting. Because if you can just remember... Yeah, I think I've got his stuff. Oh, come on. If you can just remember where everything is, at least in the original Banjo, you're normally fine. I find it odd that these snowmen are shivering. It'd be like someone being made of fire and being like, oh, like the Human Torch being like, man, I need some air conditioning, man. It's so hot. It's like, yeah, I wonder why. I remember at the time everyone hated on the Fantastic Four movie, but, you know, I always thought it was perfectly fine for what it was. I miss the era when there were more stupid movies coming out, but they weren't as good technically, but they were more interesting because studios were willing to give more money to people who just had weird ideas. That's something that people on social media don't understand, is it's actually better to have more, like, weird... Like, I would prefer a world with more bad video games and more bad media, more bad movies, more bad albums, if for the love of the Lord they were just more interesting. Because, like, I feel like that's one of the things we're really missing right now is interesting media. Okay, so I've got one more of these snowmen's whatevers to find. I have no idea where I'm gonna find it, but let's find out. Crap. Okay, let's go in here. Yeah, no, that's right, that's a place I've been to. Right? Yeah, like this. Yeah, this leads down, I think. And there shouldn't be any snow piles in these igloos. That wouldn't make sense, right? I can't remember. There's just a snowman there. Okay, that one had a bee in it, as most igloos do. Okay, another snowman. I hate how it lets me stand on something that isn't there. I think what's annoying about these eyeballs is that when they're reeling up, you can't hit them. It's just a weird hitbox thing where you're blocked from hitting them for no good reason there. Yep. Anything I can do with this pot of stew here? Maybe the skeleton said something about it and I just don't remember. Thank goodness you saved my pot. I was very worried. Don't worry, it's... Is that it? Is there nothing you can do with the pot? I guess not. Alright. Okay, good. I'm glad I landed there. Oh, that's just not fair. That's just silly. Also, these bees look like badniks from Sonic, by the way. But, I think I've done the pagey for this here already. Let me ask him. Oh, you know, I think he said just for fun. Oh, and that's one that I couldn't finish as well in the other area. I'm pretty sure I've done all of this. Yeah, I'm definitely in that point in the game where you're like, what do I do? Where do I go? How does any of this work? Okay, well, I've got 70. That's at least decent thus far. Okay, I got Rexro's arcade token. I don't remember playing the arcade machine here. Maybe I did, but I don't remember it, so let me see. Okay, is that it? It might be, I don't remember. I think there's 2 entrances down here. I'm not sure which one this is. Well, actually, can't I just walk into that? Yeah, I can. Oh, but that leads nowhere interesting. Yeah, I think Rexro's arcade is in here somewhere. Why can't I just walk in there? No, I guess not. I remember being able to just walk in there, but whatever. Let's just explore down here. See if there's anything more interesting down here. And before anyone tells me, I know that the bubble will run out. I just might as well. See what I can find. Oh, and there's the ghost. Okay. Okay, well, didn't expect to find that, but yeah. So I guess it was a better idea going down here than I thought. Let's see, come on. That, I believe, is the one I was just in, right? Yeah, I was gonna say there's another one somewhere around here. I think this is it. There's 2 or 3 of these, I can't remember. Yeah, I think this is the dark, dreary, like the dark one, yeah. And I can't remember... Oh, that's interesting. Ah, crap, why is it so slick? Let's try and get these quills here. Nope, 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 get the quill. These are the things that make 100%ing a game not always worth it. Is trying to get the same item like 6 times. Like, I know that Rexro's not in this one. But at least I got a few of the extra quills. Trapped in a toot bubble full of toots and boots. Tooty booties. Yeah, I've explored here about as much as I think I can in this area. Okay, time to return to the hub, because I know that Rexro's in there somewhere, but I don't really want to worry about it right now. Okay, so how many did we get in there? I think it was only like 2, to be honest. Maybe? Yeah, it was like 2. Did I? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I already got that one. There's one that's behind some red glass somewhere, but I might have already gotten that one too. Alright, let's see. Let's get them SpaghettiOs, people. Alright. I'm trying to remember if there were any towards the intro to the game. I remember my first time playing through this game. Actually, yes, there is one. Yeah, I don't know if I went back and got the one from the cannon guy that you have to buddy slam onto. So let me actually backtrack to the beginning of this game and do that. I forgot all about that. And I remember the first time I played this game, I did the same thing. Let's see. And then there's this here. Oh, okay, cool. Just land in the death soup for me, please. I actually look at my totals here. I wonder if they give you one for Shipwreck Creek? Probably not, do they? Nope. That was weird. The menu didn't come back up properly. I was thinking it had completely frozen up for a second, but no, it's fine. Yeah, here we go. Here's an area where you can use this power. Get up here. I don't know if there's anything meaningful here, but you can do it. Oh, I hear something. Yeah, there's a page up here. Yay. That makes me happy. See, this is how backtracking in a video game should be. Oh, and I missed some quills here, too. Man, I missed all kinds of things here. Oh. What just happened there? The camera was kind of weird, and I turned in a direction I didn't mean to there for a sec. Okay, come on, man. Let's... Yeah, there we go. There's that Pagey. Boom. Dude, imagine how horrifying that would be. I've known people that told me stories where as a kid they got a marble stuck in their nose or something, and when they got it out, like the doctor like reached into their nose and like pulled out Just the nastiest thing. In fact, I think my mom told me at one point as a kid she had horrible sinus issues or something because she had like put a full cotton ball in her nose. Something like that. Some adult told me that when I was a kid. And they went to the doctor, and it had been there for like a year or two, and the doctor pulled out, like, and I'm not going to describe it because I know it's gross, but just like the nastiest cotton ball in the world out of their nose because it was like, it had been there for so long that it was covered in nastiness and blood and crust. It was weird. Very, very weird stories adults would tell me when I was a kid. And I think they're meant to be cautionary tales, the same way that people used to tell grim tales to children, as to be like, don't wander around alone now because the wolf will get you and bake you into a pie. It's like, thank you, that makes me feel a lot better. Thank you, Grammy. Stop. I wonder how these sorts of parenting methods change the generations and the way that they act. Because, you know, like, when we were kids, like our generation, it was, like, we had technology and we had video games and we had all these things. But I feel like there was a general sort of, like a point where adults were like, stop messing around on the computer, go outside. Meanwhile, like, my literal 1-year-old niece got a tablet for her birthday. And there's nothing wrong with that, it's just, like, weird. It just, how well, like, really young kids are at using, like, technology is weird to me. Because, like, granted, I knew how to use a computer when I was super little, but I don't know, It feels odd that, like, people's kids show them how to use their phones sometimes. That's strange. And I wonder if that will make the younger generation smarter or more stupid, because, like, modern technology does a lot of things for you, but it just makes life easier, like. And that's the point of technology, is it makes your life easier, but it's this weird thing where they have to do fewer things for themselves, but I wonder if that will make productivity and getting things done way easier for people in the future, because they'll be in a position where it's like, yeah, all this stuff you guys spend 30 years having to do manually and teaching yourself how to do and doing it this way or that way. It's just done for us by the computer now. Or, like, you know, you have to give it some kind of input, but I'm curious. I know I'm saying this in a very oddly articulated way, but I'm very curious. Okay, I'm going to spend some time in this level again trying to figure out where the last couple pages are. I will not promise that I will make any progress here. But, yeah, there's not a whole lot left for me to do here. Like, in each world, there's a handful of pages that are really, like, easy to find. And then beyond that, there's just a lot of, like, yep, empty space. Like, look at all this stuff. Look at all this area where there's nothing for you to do. I think that's one genuine sort of complaint about this. Like, I've said it before, I've had times when I really liked this game and then times when I really didn't. And to be kind of objective about it, I really don't understand why they made the worlds so spread out where you have to literally look for your objectives. It's not just obvious. Oh, come on. I think that's a very real criticism, is make the objectives easier to find. Because I think that's where that criticism comes from. A large world is fine, but you need to put a lot of things in that large world, and they just didn't. Oh my gosh, stop. I hate these bees and how aggressive they are. I think it's because you don't really get very many iframes in this game either. I remember somewhere in this level there was a block of that ice that ghost was in the glacier level that I need to break through. This is a very good game. I'll give you this specific scenario when this game absolutely shined the most for me and I had the most fun with it. And this is a way that I've played a lot of games in the past few years, but late at night, turn off the lights, keep the sound off, listen to a podcast, and just wander around and do random tasks. That is where this game shines, in games of this style where it's just long for the sake of being long. Because at that point, it's like, I can't sleep, I'm decompressing. This is just, it's relaxing to do more grindy games in that sort of way. It's not that grindy games are like a superior way or they're better, but it's that if you're already playing games just to relax, games that do that are fine. Yeah, I remember very, very distinctly. Let's see, can I get up there or have I already been up here? I guess I've already been there. Yeah, I don't think I've been to the top of that yet, though. I will say to the people who do believe this game is better than Banjo, I present you Exhibit A, which is me wandering around not knowing exactly where to go in every stage because I've done the most obvious missions. That does kind of ruin the idea of like, oh, it's so much better than Banjo, because Banjo, the original, the stages were just small. They were like the size of most Mario 64 stages, and they were packed with things to do. This one is not like that. Wait, did I just hear? No. Nah. I thought I heard one of the Ghost Riders, but I think it was something, I think it was like a sound in the real world, like a chair squeaking or something. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this guy was talking about how the length of games has gotten so ridiculous. He said, you remember back in 2006 to 2008 when everyone was complaining about how short games were for $60? And now it's just gotten to such an extreme where he's like, just please, give me like a 4-hour like banger, just a great game that's 4 hours long. And, you know, he makes a good point. I don't think I prefer games to be that short, but I think, like, what I've found is I've played a lot of, like, 30 and 40-hour games the past couple of years. And I've found as I've gone on that the sweet spot for me is, like, 10 to 15 hours. Because I like a game that I can kind of sink my teeth into more. Oh, yeah, see, here's the thing. I haven't... Given the fact that there's feathers here, quills... That pretty much shows me that I haven't been here yet, which is good. Could you chill? Oh, I see, because... What is up here? What is... hey, what's up? So I just kind of cheat the system by getting here? Yeah, I just completely cheated. But you know what? It counts. I'll count it. Let's see, where's this going to lead me now? Yeah, I've done all of this stuff here, but I haven't, I guess I hadn't gotten up that hill there. Okay. I don't know if I'm thinking of Banjo. I'm hearing snoring here, and I remember there being a caveman in one of these games. I don't know if that's the same one. What's up, man? Do we know you? Perhaps you've met my brother Blasto. Okay. Anyway, since you're passing through, perhaps you can do me a favor. See my 4 friends over there? Uh-huh. Today is their birthday. I was hoping they'll deliver their presents. Sure. Boom. Nailed it. It's the last time they mock me. This guy's a loose cannon. Alrighty then. Don't worry about him, everyone. He's very sane and well adjusted. Actually, I should be pretty close to having all the quills here, too. Yeah, we're pretty close. We got like 4 left. Oh, and there's that power-up! Yay! I was wondering where I'd find that. Oh, okay. Didn't expect him to fall like a sack of bricks, but alright. Okay, and then let's go back through here and kind of look around. Get a feel for the environment a little bit. And I'm pretty sure I've been through here, right? Yeah, this is gonna lead me to the side there. Yeah. Okay. So we need one more pagey here. I could probably literally look up and see what pages are in the Hivory Towers, just the hub. Since I'm sure there's plenty I've missed. I talk to this pig guy again and see if I've done anything to help with this mission or not. Okay. Sure. I think I've met one of his... Stop. Yeah, I think I've met one of his friends already, so... Oh, I guess not. I guess he didn't count that. I remember when I beat Jack and Daxter on stream last year, I sat down and I went back to my original save game in the first Jack and Daxter, And I remember very distinctly I was missing one power cell and a handful of orbs, like maybe 60 of them, 40 to 60. And I just sat down with a walkthrough and just beat it in like an hour. Finished the game like that. And I was very proud of myself. There's sometimes in games where I just get randomly hung up on things and I don't really know why. It just kind of happens like that. Yeah, let me try and look up the Pages and Ivory Towers. Yeah, Ivory Tower Pages. Yeah, there we go. All Pages and Ivory Towers. Let me go back to that. Okay, in Shipwreck Cove. Venture behind the ship. Talk to Blasto. I've gotten those. Okay, I got the one on the golden statue. In the area before the tropic. Yes, I've done that. The pipe right above the tropic tome. To grab the Pagey, you'll need to learn Reptile Rush. Have I done that yet? Reptile Rush. Said in the pipe? Oh man, yeah, holy crap. That was just right under my nose this whole time, eh? Okay. Ah. Oh, wrong button, because of course I used the wrong button. Boom. Alright, there it is. Oh. Oh, cool. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so now we officially have enough to make the other one bigger. The AG of Pagey, yes. So there we go. That's one I never would have noticed again, probably. There's another in this area that can be... Yeah, that I've gotten the water one. You'll find a library known as the Archives behind a glass wall. To reach the Pagey, venture through. I've done the correct doors. Above the glacier tomb, you'll find a Pagey. Reach by jumping. And I remember... I was talking about that the other day, that I remember there being one above one of the stages as well. So let me quickly travel over to there. I remember that. I was like, there's one hidden above here somewhere. Boom, boom. Chain attacks together to perform combo moves, man. I know all about the combo moves. Okay, so yeah, I need to go to the second level, and then while I'm over there, I need to go to that area above. I remember talking about that a few episodes ago. Okay, and here we go. Here's the pipes. Just, yeah. Boom, there we go. Smile, you're on CCTV. Seriously, watching you playing is really dull. Don't you dare tell me that. near the tome. Can be found being blown between two pipes. I've done that one. I think I've done the one where I race up the hill next to here. A pagey can be found in the waterworks section near the Moody Maze March tome. You'll spot a pagey and a cagey. I've done that one. Can be found locked away in a cage. Buddy slammed down the button. I've done that one. And near a security camera. I've done that one too. The novel hotel room can be found in that. Turn right, head up to Vindy, who's standing there. Mr. Blowy to reach. Yeah, I've done that. Near the casino one. Use Reptile Rush to move against the books. I've done that too. I've done the one in the arcade. After heading to the door, race down laser grids, blah, 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 blah. I've done that one. Let me see the total now of ones in Ivory Towers. So there's 2 left that I can get here. Toxic gas-filled pipe near the casino. I think No, I haven't done that one. Okay. That's right. I haven't done that one just yet. I remember there's an area near here somewhere that will let you fast travel to the next area, the next stage, but I can't remember where it's at. I'm just gonna do it this way and try and go the long way here. Okay, I've done the one that requires me to do the reptile rush there, I believe. Okay, and this is the archives. I've gotten the one in here. I guess on the bright side, since on my Switch copy of this game, I'm already at the final boss, assuming I've still got all my save data in place. If I can't get it here, I could probably very easily just cheat and be like, oh wow, look guys, I got it, wow. Like off stream, I just magically did it, all on my own. Does this lead somewhere, or is this just a thing? I know in order to get all of the, in order to get to the final boss, you have to get like 20 pages in each level. So I need to at least get 20 in this, like since there's 20 in the upcoming, in the Ivory Towers, and I've gotten those, I guess I need to get 20 and at least one more. Leave me alone. What is your deal? You're so needy. Yeah, let's go on over here. It'd be interesting if they made a second one of these, but dialed back the size of the worlds instead of doing what they did here, where they made them the biggest freaking levels in the world. One game I really need to make a Nathan Plays of for the website is actually 40 Winks. Yeah, I guess just being in here is killing me because of the gas. Like, 40 Winks was a game that I owned as a kid that I never got very... Why did you stop? I don't know why he stopped there. I guess I eased off the button without meaning to. Yeah, 40 Winks was one of those games as a kid that I had that I never got very far in. I've always wanted to try again. It's not this insanely, like, difficult game or anything. It's a game that's about, like, two kids going into their nightmares or into their dreams and fighting off nightmares, and it scared me a bit as a kid, not because the actual game is that scary, but because the sound mixing in the game is really freaky, especially when you're a young kid. The game's sound mixing is just full of, like, freaky noises all the time. Okay. So, I think we've gotten about as far as we're going to in this episode. Like, we're pretty close to beating this game. There's a ton of stuff we need to do. I think next episode, I'm going to actually sit down and use a walkthrough for everything to ensure that we get 100. And then, we're not going to go for 100%, but maybe, off stream, I'll, like, mess with that idea. But thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to bookmark my website, watchnathan.com. Be sure to join my mailing list. Subscribe here if you want and follow, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.